My ears are just popping like crazy all day long. They have not stopped popping. And they did have an attack on both sides. So you could say from beginning of time and from future Earth, they're both attacking me. Or you can say from Palladian and reptilian side, both attacking me, or light and the dark side, both attacking me. All would be correct from my eyes. So on my newest video, where Gigi, the mother of my child, says I look very pretty. It's so funny. I'll kind of explain how you make platonic babies in a minute, but um, in my newest video, well, not this video, my last video, um, there is underneath of the video is like a Wikipedia informational definition, and it says New World Order, and then it says Wikipedia, and then there's a definition. And a few of my videos have had this definition thrown on it, but this is the first time I think Wikipedia has updated their definition of the New World Order, because this is the first time I've seen this definition on my video. And it says the New World, and I remember the last time the the definition, I didn't really agree with it. I don't remember exactly what it said in the old definition, but I do remember that I was just like, that's kind of wonky and kind of wishy-washy, and I don't agree with that definition. But the definition today, as of right now, Tuesday, October 29th at 7:29 p.m., on my last video titled Incoming New Wave Order, the definition for the New World Order from Wikipedia underneath my video says, the New World Order is a term used in several conspiracy theories which hypothesize a secretly emerging totalitarian, world government. And I do agree with that one, except we're not really that secret because I'm saying it out loud on a public forum called YouTube, um, that I own the earth and that would be a totalitarian world government if one person owns the entire earth, and her name is Alyssa Janello, and that would be me, okay? And, you know, whatever. Hold on. I need to put lotion on my legs. They're feeling quite ashy at the moment. Basically, if you just like spend a lot of time immersed with one person, you want to call that a relationship. And whether that person is online or it's a person you go to lunch with every day, it's still a relationship. And I spent a lot of time with Gigi Young, where it did feel like it was a complete relationship between the two of us, and like where we were like sort of fixated on each other and like sort of fixated on like figuring out like our problems together. And most of that was done like through esoteric means like telepathy and ritual and alien contact and witchcraft and shamanism and that kind of thing. So when you immerse yourself with any rotten individual, why do you want me to call her rotten? Any rotten individual, you will tend to make a baby, and that is basically how platonic love making goes and how you can make a baby with the ether, uh, with another individual. So yeah. So Tim Waltz, gave a great performance tonight. Did you guys see? Oh, so let's talk about, oh my God, guys, my ADHD is just like off the wall lately, isn't it? I'm just like bouncy, 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 bouncy. It's sort of like, it's sort of like we're all on the same page at the same time, and like all the celebs are like talking about their ADHD diagnosis and blah, blah, blah. And then like all of my videos seem like they have ADHD all of a sudden because I'm like folding those MFers. So, I mean, if you're not standing up for the princess, are you really doing anything at this point with your life, Paris? Like, who the hell cares about your ADHD freaking diagnosis? No one cares, Paris, because it's just stupid 3D. Like, I'm helping. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you know Alyssa Janello by first and last name and could like literally help out loud, like at this point. Um, okay, so the New World Order definition. Okay, so I really agree with that definition. The New World Order is a term used in several conspiracy theories which hypothesize a secretly emerging totalitarian world government, except it's not very secret because I am here on a public platform saying this out loud over and over and over to drill it through your skulls like my name's Archangel Michael or something. So I'm uh, thankful that Wikipedia made the right decision in supporting me. Okay, because that sentence supports me, and I hope that they don't take it down, and I hope they don't, um, I hope they don't stalk themselves to the point where they feel scared and they like take that down or whatever. And I hope they hold strong because that is the truth, and it's 1 point for me, basically. And that can create attack. And if you're strong and Alyssa, you will not get attacked or you will not get hurt. Okay. And I will protect you. So it just depends on you. But people are attacking me. And when you're attacking me, that is actually trying to delete me from my own video game, which would quote unquote kill me and put me back in my void and reset the video game. And so that is a point in keeping me alive when people stand up for me. So thank you, Wikipedia, for the point for keeping me alive. And hopefully that definition will stay out there and everybody will see it. And because obviously everybody hears the telepathy, has heard the telepathy all year long and knows for sure that this is actually happening. The telepathy was sort of like a slam dunk this year. And I think it's kind of funny. There's people like still trying to talk me out of like this is actually real and this is actually happening when literally 8 billion people have telepathy. So like what exactly am I like talking myself out of? That means we're literally ascending as a planet. That means ascension is literally real. Um I mean, right? Of course, some of us are smarter than others, and Alex identified me, you know, very quickly. Some others have been in denial since 2017 or like anyway, so that's what they're working on like punishing right now are the friends and lovers and acquaintances and coworkers that recognized me, knew who I was, or had an inkling, or at least knew I was special, and took advantage of me or treated me badly. Um, anything in that vicinity, those people are now being punished or about to be punished. And that's sort of what the panic attack was about last night. Um, So I took my walk today and I found somebody that let me bum a cigarette. Oh, yeah, my walk today was interesting, guys. It was pretty interesting. I don't think I took any notes about it. Um, okay, I took one note about something that I might come back around to. Okay, so I'm not trying to stare at my old. I have my other video in the background. I'm just really happy about that sentence because it's 1 point for me, people standing up for me. Okay, so much to talk about. Sarah Paulson and let me write it down. Sarah Paulson, Pleiadian higher self, fill in, and I already forgot. God damn it. Oh, River fill in, and Tim Waltz. Is that how you spell it? Tim Waltz. And the Anakin show and what it means for avant garde society. It's like you guys couldn't it's like all the rejects of humanity sort of end up in Atlantis, and you like make up pretend words and stuff to like make yourself feel better about what you're doing, and you call it like avant-garde society. And every time Hayden Christensen steps closer to you, hell fills in more and more. And that is where we are from. Oh, what Sarah Paulson said. What did she say? She said, they do it because otherwise they become a rubber doll and they have no feeling. And so, not that Alyssa would understand that or have any compassion towards that. And it's like they were plagued with, after 2017, they were like plagued with like taking care of me um, in the real way. Like they were plagued with taking care of me in the 3D way as like a part of their penance, and they have been plagued with literally having to come clean every time that they fell in love with me, and every time that they like step forward and like, oh, like, you know, step forward and to take care of me and everything. And then they would then put off the wedding, because clearly they were obviously interested in marrying me, and they would just put off the wedding and like start thinking about it more, and then they would start to be attacked by men in black and or their higher self, or their lower self, and they just like would become more and more numb, and then like eventually like turn into like a ghost. And obviously they believed it was like a very art house way of life. And I mean, people will make excuses for anything, right? They'll literally make excuses for literally anything. Like, so I'm obviously channeling an Atlantean house, an Atlantean household that had their eyes on me, their eyes and ears on me, and were literally hoping to marry me. And they were literally trying to show me the ropes of what they were like. And they were like, you know, look, we're decent people, we're accomplished people, we care about art, we care about wine, we care about good friends. We just have this like avant garde sort of hobby of ours. And that's what I mean, that they were like plagued with like taking care of me in 3D and like knowing very well that I was the princess that belonged in the castle. Um, so they have been shoved between a rock and a hard place since 2017, and it hasn't really gotten easier for them. It's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And um, the state was the one time, the beginning of the state was the one time. Um, it's like that there were, it's like all of the people around me were like hinting at it. And I couldn't believe, like, they were saying it with their mouth. Again, they believed it was an avant-garde lifestyle, okay? Like, I'm standing up for them. I guess I'm trying to fold them right now. But they would definitely use their mouth and like hint at it, literally to my face. Like, I would be in their midst and be, in their families, like in their family homes, and they would just do these things that were like so um unexpected and so surprising and so like, is there anyone home? Like, am I really like it really like it was like it was so shocking that they had such little regard for people in their own family, that it really felt like the princess me was like the only thing on earth, because like how could they be saying these types of things around me, and that were clearly inappropriate. And but you know what, I don't ever really see, you see stuff like that on social media once in a while, but you don't really, I don't see that kind of stuff on social media. So I'm gonna say they said those things on purpose now, knowing what I know now. But like it was just like, so it was like too shocking to like deal with at first, like, and it kept coming around. It was like, oh, we would feel safe for like a year or something, like last year, we felt like pretty safe, and like nothing like weird happened or whatever. But um but like it was just like so weird, like the stuff, it was like unbelievable that people were saying this kind of stuff to me, to be honest with you. And I'm telling you, like, I'm channeling them and like what their like thought process was or whatever. And they were basically trying to like prove their point to me that they're like normal people. And this is like a quirk of theirs, if you will. And anyway, Sarah Paulson was like, you would do it too if you ever felt like you just lose all feeling and it's the only way to get feeling. And it's like, no, it's not the only way to get feeling. It's literally not the only way to get feeling. And like I already said, like 2 days ago or yesterday, like it's done that way to humble you, to bring you back to me, to bring you to your knees, to humiliate you, to show you how needy you are, to show you how insignificant you are. Um, all of these things. And it's not to show you another way to get around getting energy. It's just like, so like, you know, it's just so mind numbing, like listening to these people sometimes. So, so the Anakin show goes all the way up and all the way down the timeline. And the lower art houses or the lower middle art houses are the ones that can't get it through their skull that they need Jesus the most, the real Jesus, me. So, because Jesus needs to remember who he is quickly so we can get the show on the road. So, you got to say take it to 4-2 and get out of 4-1 because a lot of you guys are trapped in 4-1 out of 4-2. To get to 4-2, how to get to 4-2 is to identify that there are two people in 4D and not one person in 4D. It's really that simple. There's two people, not one person in 4D. Okay. Um, so on the walk today, which I thankfully found somebody to lend me a cigarette, and then I asked another gentleman and he said no, which would be so nice if I had a second cigarette for the evening tonight, but I do not. So whatever. If anybody in Burlington Township wants to buy me, I prefer vapes over cigarettes. If you really want to buy me something, please buy me 2 vapes from the corner gas station that sells vapes. And I already told you the flavors I like anything, like watermelon and strawberry. It's not that hard. So, on my walk today, I was eating Sarah Paulson. And her self here on planet Earth is a huge problem. And she is a part of that avant garde art society that I am bragging about on television right now, except I'm not bragging about it. I'm simply eating their lines on the New World Order Princess broadcast on YouTube. Why don't you Google it, okay, and see if you can find it and see if I'm a real person. So I was eating Sarah and she was being very avant-garde, just so avant-garde. It was really getting on my nerves. And I said, Sarah, stay focused and find someone for me to bum a cigarette from in this general location. And she did. So good job, Sarah. And then we were walking further, and then that guy said, no, you may not borrow a cigarette from me. And Sarah looked at Solara, the sun, and she said, kill us now. And then her higher self started taking over her suit because she was like, oh my God, our planet is literally going to get destroyed because of men like him who are refusing the princess. And she's like, I cannot believe I am like literally a part of the problem. And I didn't believe that it was this bad. And she was explaining all sorts of things about how she's parts of the problem and everything. And um, her higher Palladian self then said, "We need to intend to fill in. I know that your court filled in, and it's not like um, enough people to like sway the vote, basically, is what she said. So we need more people to fill in." And so her group is going to fill in. And I don't think Sarah's from like, I asked Sarah, I was like, what group are you from? Because I know she knows Cody. And I was like, well, what group are you from? And she's like, friend group. And I'm like, okay, cool. Friend group is probably a pretty big group because it's me plus my court and then like my friends and then my entire court's friends. So it's probably a lot of people. So we'll see where that leads us. And she said that she got extremely frightened when River jumped the fence and walked in, and that's me starting to fill in from hell. And Sarah's like, I'm technically from hell. And if she starts filling in from hell, she's going to take over hell. And, you know, it's going to be over for us in a very big way because Alyssa is obviously the prince of hell. So, she decided to fill in from her higher self, which should help her out um, instead of filling in from her lower self. I think that's a good, generally, I think that's a generally good thing. And she said she's a real Palladian. So I think that's a good thing for her. I think that's a good direction for Sarah to go in. And Tim Waltz just gave a great avant garde performance during their latest um, national, what I don't know what it is, like campaign trail, on the campaign trail, where whatever state they're in or whatever. But he just gave a great avant-garde performance. Thank you so much, Tim Waltz, for coming forward and standing up for your rights. Okay, you know that's what you got to do every day. You got to stand up. You got to stand up for what you believe in, like fight for what you believe in. And I really do appreciate that performance. And obviously, friends and family all over the world saw that performance because I had a live reaction on this broadcast. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I did. So down with the avant-garde, I say. Oh, and then I did feel like a rubber doll. I, my dad always lets me feel it for like a second, and I think I told you guys that. And I did feel like a rubber doll with no feeling early on in the state. So I want to say that was like probably 2013, 2014, probably. And I felt like a rubber doll. I had no feeling. And I was like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. Like, there's like, feels like nothing's there. And because that guy, the guy I was with, had zero energy. And it was like literally the beginning of the state. And so it goes to show you like how quickly the changeover actually did work. And he dumped me for a girl that he described on Facebook in a public post as having the body of a 12-year-old boy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of an inappropriate sentence to say about your girlfriend, and like act like it's bragging about someone. I don't know. It's kind of like inappropriate if you ask me, but and weird. And I have had people actually say that to me, um, and trying to like stand up for themselves in like 2017. I remember my friend's girlfriend said that to me about one of her girlfriends, and obviously she knew that made me uncomfortable. And she said it to me right in my face, and she was like I just love girls with bodies that like she looks like she has like a 12-year-old boy's body. Isn't that like amazing? She looks amazing, Alyssa. And I was like, you want me to like agree with you, don't you? Like I don't agree. Like, you know. And actually, I got fired at a job one time for saying um, that a girl like with like a grown woman's body looks amazing compared to like a girl that has like a 12-year-old boy physique. And I literally got let go from that job like the next day. So yeah, you guys have been like pretty obvious. Um I want to say since the state with like your inappropriateness, like I don't know, that's like kind of a weird thing to like get let go of a job like for to like stand up for like a woman that has curves. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird and inappropriate to care about my opinions on a woman's body enough to um, fire me over. And maybe you should be seeing a psychiatrist for your weird thoughts and conundrums on life and your opportunities towards equality. So, yeah, don't vote. Okay. Do not vote. You want to vote for Trump or Kamala, or do you want to vote for the New World Order? I want to vote for the New World Order. I'm not voting. Okay. I don't know like if I need to say that or not, but I'm not voting. I haven't voted in a while. I don't think I've voted since this stuff. I think I voted for Hillary. That's, I think, the last time I voted. I think that's the last time I voted. Did I vote for Joe Biden? I definitely voted for Hillary. I think that might have been the last time I voted. And Hillary didn't win. And that was like the last time you guys had compassion for me. And then you guys have been like, like, anyway. So there's some of the weird things people have said to me over the last 10 years. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, again, if anybody wants to send me wine, and or vapes, or like you want to split it for like a couple, like the girl wants to buy the vapes and like the boy wants to buy the wine or the mead, you know, mead's a little sweet, so, but mead's great, but it's just a little sweet to like drink all the time. But yeah, if you guys want to like split it, like I'm open to like, you guys can like DoorDash it and like have it delivered to my house or like whatever. Like it's totally cool. And I do want to say the nightmare is coming. I felt it last night. Kind of hope to have like a mild panic attack tonight as well, because then I'll get like more like space codes, light codes to like blast me off. And that makes me like so happy. And hopefully, Brad Pitt is working on his task. Mr. Best Friend, Mr. Brad Pitt. He's kind of like a best friend of mine. Love Angie's hair. Did you guys see Angie's hair in like her latest her latest meltdown of an interview? Her latest interview on the red carpet, she did like splash hair. Like she's not listening over walls or anything. Of course Angie's listening over walls. She's a beautiful space creature. And loved the splash hair. Oh my God. Woman of my dreams. No, she's not the woman of my dreams, but she's like girl. Like, no, I'm sorry. Um she's like friend of my dreams is what I meant to say. Um it's sort of like I don't know. I kind of look way more like Jen than Angelina. I was gonna say it's sort of weird to like date somebody you look exactly alike, but I don't think I look exactly like Angelina. But she's like a platonic like friend. That's because like it's so like weird this year, right? So like hyper fixated on like It's like I have to like clarify everything. Like, oh no, that's platonic friend. That's just a friend. No, that's just a friend. No, I just see that person as a friend. That's a friend. It's because you guys freaking ambush me with these people and are like, date this person, date this person, date this person. I'm like, no. Okay, I get to decide. I am the decider of us three. Okay, I decide. And yeah, you guys should stop pretending that you're in charge. Okay, Kamala and Tim, can you guys stop pretending you're in charge now and send me a car with all of the stuff that I want? Because you're not in charge. I am in charge, and my energy knows that. And it shouldn't be such a surprise at this point in time. It's not a surprise to me. I could just use like a really good glass of Cabernet right now, like like kind of like a cheaper bottle that costs like $100,000 or something like that. That's what I was thinking, like a full-bodied $100,000 bottle of Cabernet sounds really nice right now. I mean, I love Cristal and all, but it's like you can taste how cheap it is.